Hey Pisces, it's your girl coming at you for BLAM. It's on for July 6, 2020. Hope all is well with you all. I want to thank you all for likes, shares, subscribes, rocking with me, seeing what's up, and just doing what it takes to get to the next level. I want to thank you all that's new to the channel for seeing what's up with me. If you haven't subscribed yet, don't forget to do so. Please like the video as it circulates more when you have more likes. And I thank you all for the donations, those of you that's been hitting me up in my email, the thank yous, the yeses and the nos, and just the growth that you all are getting from the blams, even from the daily come-ups. I just want to be able to reach people on a daily basis and kind of help out, because the weekly just doesn't do enough. I don't think it helps, but it doesn't do enough, especially for those that are actually looking for healing, or sometimes you stumble up on something and realize you need a healing, but for the most part, I just want to just put it out there for people to get to the level that they need to be on and don't miss out. And then with that, we're going to go ahead and get started. So at the bottom of the deck, we have the Two of Swords. I feel like a lot of you are letting go of some energy that may be toxic. And not just letting go of energy that may be toxic. It's just kind of like things can, with this person or this group of people, things can easily go to the left and you're tired of it. Like if they have an option of going to the right or just to do something good, it's just like that they pull that option off the table. Or if we can do good by somebody, pull it off the table. It's like they are looking for the negative energy or the entities that come along with the bull crap. They're looking for it. They're not trying to negotiate a good outcome. And I'm not going to say, I was going to say it worries you, but it don't worry you. It's just to the point where it's like, you make me feel like the options or the choices always need to be bad. They don't need to, they're not going to be positive. They're not going to be to the point of letting go and forgiving and reconciling, or that's never the option with these people or this person. But I feel like this is something that you grew up in. And you no longer finding a stability in it with the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. There's no justice. Look, this is in reverse. The Death is in reverse. You're no longer worried and filled with anxiety. You've come to a conclusion with this. This is pain that you've been in bondage to. But you've healed. But you're still in that bondage of the flesh. You're still dealing with them. They're still giving you offerings. They're still giving you options. I'm just pulling from the bottom of the deck. And then they're really cold with what they do. Because look at this here. The King of Swords in reverse. They're really cold with what they do. Malicious. They intentionally want to make burdens. The Ten of Wands. No love. Queen of Cups in reverse. No emotional. It's like they're cold and callous, and it's like they have no emotions. They're not regretful for what they do, and none of that. And then it's like you are sitting here wondering what to do. I was talking to someone, and we was just talking about how things go and how we actually do things, and out of tradition, out of what we're taught, we end up where we're at. And some people say I'm just a product of my environment. But when you grow to a point of accepting your soul contract, either you're going to leave the environment alone and go on your soul contract, or you're going to go with being the product of your environment. Usually being a product of your environment is totally opposite of your soul contract. Now, some people's soul contract goes right along with it, but majority of the time it don't. And some people don't come out of their soul contract because they don't really understand that there's more for them to do on this earth than to be what your family wants you to be or what they've always been. We have the Four of Swords in reverse. Somebody wants to resurrect a dead situation, or they want something to stay dead. They don't want the good to come out. They don't want your healing. They don't want your wish fulfillment. They want this toxicity to live with the devil. And then it's like, this is a passionate offer. But if you don't take this offer, they're going to make war with you with the Five of Swords. And they're going to threaten that you'll never be anything. A lot of people, when they start their journey, they are broke. They have to leave everything behind. A lot of people on their journey have experienced homelessness. They experience being shunned, the gang stalking. I feel like that's where a lot of you are at because you're in regret about things that you've lost on your path. The Five of Cups and the Seven of Swords. A lot of you are in regret about what you've lost. Some of you have lost storages, vehicles, homes. Some of you have misplaced money and don't even know where it is. That's because you don't need it. You don't need it you didn't need it at that time. And a lot of you have not let go of things that are just no longer working. You feel weak because what you've been told strength is not it. You have not reached to your higher power for your strength. You're steady looking for it in the 3D, in the flesh. It don't work like that. And it don't come like that. We have the Three of Wands here. You're steady waiting on something to come in that's not going to come in. One purpose to come in that way. And then you have the Five of Pentacles. You're out in the cold everywhere you go because what? You accepted the journey and then you wanted to go back. It don't work like that. Get back on your path. Get back on your journey and keep moving. Some of you are going to get lost in this part of the journey because you're steady looking for help. Stop looking for help from people and just ask the Creator, where I go now? What do I do now? Where do I go? Who do I talk to? And they'll probably say, just sit still. You're right where you need to be. I'm sending your help right now. Your help may not come for 10 hours, 2 days. How long are you willing to wait? How long are you going to trust? How long are you going to keep the faith? Because see, the Five of Pentacles is what? Being left out in the cold by people. A lot of you got to drop that stigma because people are going to drop you every day. Whether you know it or not. You may get marked off a list a month before you even get your pink slip. They been dropped you and kept talking about you. They knew the day that they were going to fire you. And some of you thinking, well, let me talk to somebody. Everybody already knew. You was on the chopping block a month ago. You're experiencing no love situations. Ace of Cups in reverse. And then what's this? The Eight of Pentacles in reverse. People don't even seem like they're working in a commitment with you. Because they're not. The Creator hasn't allowed it because what? You're on your mission. You're on your journey. When you're on your journey and you don't have a mate that came along with you, you're being made by yourself. Because then you'll link up with your mate later. But right now I need to make you. But what I got for you is for you. And some of you are reaching out to people that it's not meant for them to help you. Some people are meant to fall off your path at this time. And then you're wondering why the bridges are being burnt. They're not being burnt. It's just that you're steady reaching out. Let the door close. Because when it's time for the door to open back up, if it opens back up, it will. There's an offer here of surrenderance that you need to take. Even apologize to the Creator for not trusting or not just being obedient. Because a lot of you have gotten direction and everything, and you haven't even taken the route. You haven't taken the route at all. You have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse with the Sun card here. Ace of Pentacles in reverse. A lot of you haven't even taken into the creativity and the things that's going on around you because you're too busy being focused on something that's already taken care of. You know, if you already have a place you've been finding favor at it, where I hear you don't want it. A lot of you are mad about the homeless part. You got to go through it because you got to know how to survive at some point. And it's like, okay, because you got to be prepared for what's coming. It ain't even here yet. It may be 4, 5, 10 years down the line, but you got to be prepared today. Everything that you go through prepares you for the next level later. And I feel like a lot of you are mad because what? The next level is not here yet, but you're going through this now. You can't go through this later and think that you not passing this course, this test later is not going to hurt you. It's going to hurt you because this is more important than what you got going on now. Now, you can make your mistakes and stuff, but you're going to have to shake back. And a lot of people don't make it out this part. Let me tell you why. A lot of people don't make it to the first part. A lot of you are like in the second part, who I'm talking to, the second part of your journey where you've accepted, and then you've accepted some changes. You've done a few little changes of the first few changes. And then now where you're at, you feel like this ain't fair. This part not having no money, this comes like this. And then you don't want to accept something that you haven't. Some of you got to do volunteer work where you're at, and you don't want to do that. There are things you need to see that's going on in this place that you're going to help somebody else come up out of. See, a lot of you are stuck in this. You think you're going to burn bridges because you this and that, or you don't care about burning bridges. Some of you are in that arena where you just think you're going to leave. You're going to make it where you're going to make your time so hard and stretch it out to where you're going to start the whole season over. If you look at this as school and you need to get past this, you're going to pass it. But Pisces, this is not going to work with you not accepting what it's going to take. Some of you are having long, drawn out conversations with people, like trying to express to them you're not a bad person. I don't know how I ended up here, blah, 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 blah. It's going to turn around and be a negative for you if you keep doing that. You don't owe anybody any explanations. The Creator got you in the right place at the right time. It's the people that need your help. And you can't sit, mope, and cry. You got to come on. You have a lot going for you. You just don't see it yet because what? You're being made. Being made is very uncomfortable. You look out of place there. You are out of place. But you have to get this experience so you can know what you're looking at later. You know that later you'll be able to see somebody that done been where you've been. And realize they didn't have it up here to shake back the way you did. See, when you accept your journey, a lot of people don't accept the journey because they don't even make it to a place of even getting exposed to that there's a journey to go on. And that's where you're at right now, realizing that, you know, we're not in the same spot, but I need to hush because I need to go ahead and do what I need to do. People are going to gravitate to you like they always have. But pay attention to what they're saying, because these are people in a different environment. Their struggles are different than where you came from. Stop calling home. Home can't help you. And then there's a spirit that comes on to them that can't help you, won't help you, don't desire to help you. Stop calling them. If there's a season where no one's calling you, allow that season to be in so you can be focused on the season that you're in. I feel like at this point, I just been going through the deck. I'm not at the half of the deck yet, but just about, because this is what I've read so far. You know, like I say, we started with the Two of Swords, but I feel like a lot of you are at a moment in your life where you're just really just appalled, so to speak, at what you're looking at. You're being grieved. Do not let your emotions overtake you, Pisces. And this is not a time to burn bridges. This is not a time to be arguing. This is not a time to trying to show your strength or that I'm different. This is not a place where you show off your nice fancy clothes. You're going to have to dig deep and pull out some everyday wear that because you already stand out. And then you're dealing with people who, a lot of people have been in and out of homeless shelters all their life. You're not going to be able to pull out those fancy J's or the Imperialis. You can't pull that out right now. In fact, you may need to go get rid of them because your journey may last a minute. And you're just going to be hauling extra stuff around. You need to get prepared for your journey. You may need to sell them, sell your stuff, and just kind of, label down. Because you'll get it back later. But a lot of you don't get into, and I'm not saying, because the thing is, it's like surrendering to the creator, not man. Don't be okay with people stealing your stuff, but you don't want to go all out behind some stuff that you really need to be getting rid of. A lot of you are looking for money, sell your things. And then buy some less expensive things to get through your journey. Because where you're chilling at is more so a lot of people are going to be coveting and wanting your things. And you have nice things. You have things that you're overdressed for every day. You may need to go buy you some locks, lock your things up. Only get bags that got double zippers on them to lock them up. Invest in the small locks. You got to get prepared for your journey. You may need to, if you have somebody's house that you could take your stuff to, that you trust, an older relative, mom, dad, whoever, you may want to take all your things there, pack up about 5 or 6 outfits and strike out. And just a decent pair of shoes. Of course, underclothes, all that. But you have to plan for your journey. You cannot not use wisdom. Or you sitting back, like the 4 of Pentacles here. Because I was looking here, I saw it was the 4 of Pentacles sitting here, but I'm looking, this person looks like a king. This person they look like a king. And they holding back. And that's what you look like with them. You look like a king, like you sitting on a stack. You have to get prepared for where you're at. And I don't believe you're prepared. I believe you sitting there with your mink and stuff on, and they're like, why you just won't go get you a place? But the creator is not allowing you to go get a place right now because of your purpose, your journey. You need to get prepared for your journey. And you already had gotten the inclination to get prepared, but you didn't. So you look like you holding back on money. Some of you are broke as a joke. The creator won't even give you money. And then you won't sell your things. You're being very prideful. A lot of you need to let this stuff go. So that you can maintain. You can understand what's going on. How it is to live out here. Because where you're going, the people that you need to help, you need to be able to understand what they've been through. You don't have rites of passage yet, whoever this is resonating with. You're just starting. And you don't come from just fine money, but your parents was never homeless. Some of you come from a 2-parent home. And now you're dealing with people who coming from a single parent. The only single parents you may have been dealing with is the people that you may have been dating. You can't relate not having your mom and dad in the house. You can't relate, somebody, you may have had a parent that cheated and didn't come home from time to time, or they may have fusses and fights behind not coming home, but you can't relate to just, one parent struggling, trying to take care of everybody. And now you're on your journey and you're seeing this here and you don't know what to do. Well, one, you need to downgrade with your stuff. If you can call your people to come get your stuff or take your stuff there, go put it in storage and move it. Whatever you need to do, you need to downgrade or downsize. And I'm hearing downgrade. You need to go get you some cheap stuff that people are not going to be trying to get you for. We have here the Queen of Wands. And I feel like, with the Nine of Pentacles here, this is your energy. This is your energy. You sitting up, you sitting pretty. You're looking good. Your kids are looking good. Some of you may have recently lost a spouse, and that may be why you're here. And I think a lot of you may be feeling overwhelmed, or some of you may have and maybe lost a spouse due to a physical death. My condolences, or just due to breaking up. The season was up, and some of you may be having to sell your assets. I just feel like there's an energy here of regret and like almost like this delusional. You don't want to fall in this energy of being delusional because you have to snap back. You have to transition. Don't allow these days to appear to be a bad day because it may be raining. It's raining right now where I'm at. But that don't mean it's a bad day. We have to take the good with the bad and understand that, hey, some days are going to be heavier than others. And I feel like some of you may be having a heavy day, but don't make it a heavy week. Don't allow it to be. Start planning for your days. I remember meeting a lady one time, and she was like really overwhelmed. She wanted her stuff, and I said the same thing to her that I'm saying now to whoever needs to hear this. Plan. Take, like I say, whatever season you in, 5 outfits a piece for whoever with you. 2 toys a piece. Let them choose. 2 pair of shoes. Tennis shoe, flip flop, tennis shoe, sandal, whatever. But you have to plan this stuff out. And that's what your wisdom is for. Being able to work through the task at hand. Some of y'all I'm hearing waking up crying in the morning because some things fell through. Because it's time for you to work purpose. Purpose ain't grand in the beginning. Some things last too long or longer than expected because we take too long to wrap our head around what we said yes to. Realize you said yes to purpose. Everybody not going to relate to this. Don't want to hear the crap in the comments. I ain't got no problem. I deleted. I ain't tripping. But a lot of you said yes to purpose and didn't realize that now you need to be made. You wasn't made yet. And some of you said yes to purpose so that you wouldn't get bumped off, because that's how it go. If the creator can't use you for what you said you was gonna come here to do, you will get bumped off. There is a meeting that you have where you say yes or you say no. A lot of people say no, and then a little bit after that they end up dying. That's because if there is no respecter of person, everybody got a role to play. And if the creator can't use you for what you signed up for with your soul contract, you will not be here. Some of you think no matter what you do, you're going to be here. No, you're not. So that same thing that motivated you to say yes, you better look at it and use it right now to get on the ball. You have no time to cry. There's nothing to cry for. You're still blessed. The more you commune with the Creator, your source, the more you can get to that next level and boss this up or stand up in it. You can stand up in this because it's been worse. Start accepting your progression, accepting your levels of growth. Pat yourself on the back. This ain't for everybody to know because they're not going to understand it. Some people are there just to see you to be able to pick something out to try to grow off of. A lot of people there are not working purpose because the conversations are different. Who is honestly there that can relate to you? No one. So enjoy and learn how to express without actually telling the business. That's how I teach my kids. Don't go telling the business. And the business is what go on in here. The business is what go on in here. Don't go telling the business. The Hierophant here is in the upright. And then we got the Two of Pentacles. You're no longer juggling. You know who you belong to. You know where you're going. Stop getting confused at what you see or the type of conversations you hear. You're not holier than that. You have to take people for who they are. So then you can know why they think that way. Because they're still a product of their environment. Somebody was saying one day, Pisces, that you have to keep up with what's going on around you. Or keep up with the music and stuff. No, you don't. So you can stay abreast. If you're communing with the Creator every day, you don't need that. I don't need to put that in my system, period. Unless I just want to hear some music. And you got that right. But I don't have to listen to that to try to keep up with something that I'm not even in. I feel like that's a trick of the enemy to keep you in something that's not even conforming to what you don't even need it in your day-to-day life. The Creator gonna tell you what to look out for, especially if you're going to the Creator for protection, for your assignment, for your goals, where to go, where to look, how far to look, what to do. If you're going to the Creator for these things, why are you even concerned with the latest music? If you need it, there will be a time of practicing, like dancing. If you need to go somewhere and you're gonna go somewhere later and you need this energy, it's gonna come up. Something's gonna come up and be like, okay, this is this. Oh, okay, that's what's up. But then that means something's coming up that you may need it for when it's time to be in that arena. Understand your season. There's something you're trying to close the door on. You can't leave that place. You can't. It ain't complete yet. And then look, you're fighting with the Seven of Wands. You're fighting to get out of this place. You can't. It's not time yet. I'm not saying become complacent where you at, Pisces, but you can't burn these bridges, boo. It's your growth and you ain't made it yet. You have not made it past whatever it is the Creator trying to show you. You haven't made it past it yet. You're still in indecision. Understand that you're in your process and there are no more choices with the Chariot in reverse. Nothing to choose. You've already chosen. Now embrace it. Now you look at the gifts that you do know about and then you start working them. If you are a minister, you know how to help people heal, which most Pisces do. Use your gift because that's the only way you're going to graduate. Take notes. It's the only way you're going to graduate. Learn to survive. It's the only way you're going to graduate. Your throne has not went anywhere, King of Wands. Some of you may be single fathers. Be single mothers, because we just had the Queen of Wands in the upright as well. Some of you may have kids somewhere else, and you may be wondering how you're going to take care of them, or you too ashamed to let them know where you're at. They don't have to know where you're at. Work your mission so that you can leave. Stop thinking about leaving tomorrow and work your mission today. Creator, I come to you and I thank you for Pisces. I thank you for a mindset of change. I thank you for growth. I thank you for them understanding that purpose takes time. And it's not just something you talk about. It's not just something you work when you feel like it. You have to work this thing to perfection, where your energy doesn't go void. Plan the successes in your life. And understand that you are being untrained in some areas that you were trained in from the world, from the womb, from tradition. I speak that you go to the Creator for all clarity and knowledge. I speak that you don't give up on yourself. And I speak that you continue to reach out and do what it takes to win personal victories. Selah, you have a good one, Pisces. Stop stressing. Sit back. I ain't saying enjoy the ride, but you better pick up the info you need so you can get off this ride and then you get on another one. Have a good one. Thanks for watching to the end. It's your girl, NeenaRose, and I will see you all next week.